thing we want to do is get labs, and and everyone else is going out there. They're getting labs that look at stool samples. They're doing cortisol tests. We need to do an expanded panel, and in that expanded panel, it's going to give me the blood work that will tell me how well you're producing energy. Then through that, I also want to look at their DNA and find out where the gene expression is. It could be that they're producing too much peroxynitrate, and that's damaging the gut. So they're not metabolizing their fats well, and their ammonia is too high, right? So last night we looked at labs like DNA and expanded blood panels because I can tell where the energy metabolism is impaired. But beyond that, when I look at how do we solve the IBS problem, there's a number of contributors. It could be emotional, it could be a postural thing. Actually, probably 50% of the people have a mechanical problem pulling on their brainstem, and they're collapsed on their intestines and not allowing peristalsis, how the food moves through the stomach, to actually happen. So the food gets stagnant and they get constipated. And then they end up with IBS, and it goes through cycles of constipation, diarrhea. The methodology many practitioners take is, you just need to relax the stools, and you do that through utilizing magnesium. That's usually not the case. Maybe they are deficient in minerals, but generally the number one reason for dysbiosis in the gut is poor sulfation. And the reason we get poor sulfation is because you're getting the wrong light spectrums. You're not getting 300 nanometer wavelength light. When you don't get that light spectrum, your hydrogen sulfate doesn't convert to sulfate. So bacteria, yeast, fungus, mold grow in order to perform sulfation. Those pathogens are not opportunistic, they're synergistic. So those pathogens are working for you to convert your hydrogen sulfate into sulfate so that you can make strong protein bonds, make hormones, make neurotransmitters, detox heavy metals, make, all hormones, right? Sex hormones, all those factors are necessary. So if we don't convert our 25 hydroxy D to 125, that's an indicator. If we look at someone's blood lab, when we see their vitamin D levels are low, I don't want to just supplement with vitamin D. I know that their sulfation is impaired. So from there, I would maybe even look at their, trying to remember the name of the specific gene now that deals with sulfation. I can't think it off the top of my head without looking at the software, but basically we have a specific gene that deals with sulfation. And if that gene is expressed and you don't get enough sunlight, you've got IBS. So the approach I would take would be to look at their blood work to figure out where is the problem at. Is it which environment? Is it due to your water intake and toxicity in the water? Is it due to the foods that you're eating, like PUFAs or synthetic folate? Is it due to rest, not sleeping? Is it due to lack of movement and exercise? Is it due to your subconscious mind, or is it due to your posture? And it's one of those 7 factors of nutrition, of health, that are actually we need to address: water, food, rest, exercise, mind, environment, and posture, right? So that's what I'm looking at when I look at blood work and DNA. How do we move the energy? How do we move the electrons through your body, right? Stagnant energy and lack of electron flow leads to senescent cells and symptoms in the body. And the genes are expressed because of one of those 7 factors.